So today was off to a really interesting start. As soon as I got here, I was like, I need a bathroom break, because sometimes that happens. You know, you hydrate, you need to dip into a bathroom and get yourself situated before you really kick off the day. But the bathroom was closed. In fact, the entire path to the bathroom seemed to be closed. And I don't know what that was about, but then I had to go to another bathroom and the line was incredibly long. So I went to another bathroom, and along the way, I saw a ton of benches, which has me excited. Is this the change that we've been so desperate for here at Epcot and Walt Disney World as a whole? More places to sit? I mean, that's super exciting. Like, so much is happening, coming from every angle. And there's another thing too. I saw someone with an America's Funniest Home Videos t-shirt, and I think I know where I can get one if I participate in a voting thing or something like that. We're gonna figure it all out today, and we're gonna talk about the Epcot festivals, and we're gonna get some food. So let's go. Let's make it happen today here at Epcot. So our first adventure for today is gonna take us into World Showcase. This wasn't originally my plan, but I've heard that every now and again, they do this thing with America's Funniest Home Videos where you can vote on the videos that'll show up in the TV show. And I've always wanted to do it, but I've never happened upon it when it was taking place. So today we give it a go. I think it's in the World Showplace, which is located between Canada and the UK. I see a sandwich board. It says audiences needed. Please come join us today. There it is. So let's do it. Oh my goodness. This is so exciting. There might be a wait, but that's okay. I have a protein bar and water, so we're good to go. Also, that guy has one of the t-shirts on. So we're totally doing this today. All right, guys, we did it. We voted. And I got a cool t-shirt. You know, it's not all that often that I get to do something that's truly new to me when I'm here at Walt Disney World, and this is one. This is one of them. It feels like such a magical moment. But anyway, my goal was to talk to you about Epcot festivals today, and things just took a crazy turn. So let's get back on track, and we're starting with some food. So let's make our way over to the place that I've been wanting to grab something from. It's one of the newer booths here at the Epcot festivals. They got a sandwich that looked really good. So let's go grab a bite, and we'll talk a little bit about Food and Wine, which is the current festival. That's the one I really wanted to talk to you guys about. So here we are. Actually, I was wrong when I said that this was one of the newer booths. The name of it is new, but the location isn't. They got a sandwich I want to try. So let's get in line. All right, so I grabbed a sandwich. It's very bright and kind of loud over here, but you know, it's the best we can do right now. $6.25 for this sandwich, and it's honestly a really good size. So I'm gonna give it a taste. I did get a fork because, I was gonna say I don't have hand sanitizer with me, but I do have these wet ones. Hold on. Gotta try and clean our hands a little bit before we dig in. The sun is directly in my eyeballs right now, so I don't know that this is gonna work out for me. I do see an area over there that's in the shade. Maybe we make our way over there instead of stay over here. It's not an actual seat, but anyway, let's take a bite and see how this is. This is not working as well as I wanted it to. That's all right. It is a sandwich. I should be eating this with my hands. I'll take a bite of the bread first. I mean, the bread is good, but I got absolutely none of the filling because of my lack of skill in this particular area. All right, let's take a bite. See if we can pull this off. I do feel a little bit like I'm missing some of the flavor though. So let's try and move around these sun-dried tomatoes, make sure we get them in our next bite. My goodness though, I am baking. Oh, one more bite, and then we're gonna move into, you know what? No, we're gonna move into the shade, and then we'll go from there. But it's so bright and hot right here. This is the point where I insert something along the lines of
a few moments later.
All right, we're back, and this time in everyone's favorite out of the way and unthemed cafeteria space, Communal Core Hall. Anyway, so I wanted to have a discussion where I present a question to you and see what you guys have to say. You know, we do this type of thing every once in a while where I don't really have an answer, but I have thoughts. So that's what today is all about. And it's more specifically about the Food and Wine Festival here at Epcot. And we're gonna talk about this while I eat my sandwich. So here's basically the question, and then I'm gonna share some of my thoughts. Do you feel like the festivals are losing a little bit of their pizzazz? I mean, I do, but I don't feel like I'm alone here, because one of the things that I've been seeing, of course, as I continue to keep my finger on the pulse of what's happening here at Walt Disney World, is a lot of people sharing the same type of sentiment. You know, like the menus come out, people start to chat about what they're excited for, what they're looking forward to. But recently it seems like I'm seeing more and more people talk about how the festivals feel a little bit like Disney's rinsing and repeating the same thing over and over again, which to some extent makes sense. You know, I mean, the festivals are what they are, but there are so many areas that new things could be added to the festivals, menus, for example. And while there have been some new things added, it almost seems like the advertising or hype for the upcoming festivals leans a little bit too heavily on repeats, at least in my opinion. Now, again, there are new things. We actually tried one of them today, and recently I did the festival with my parents. We came out and we tried a few different things, including the gyoza, which are over kind of in the Galaxy's Edge, that's not right, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind area, just outside one of the entrances to the Creation Shop. So there are new things, you know, they're here, there, and everywhere, but for whatever reason, it seems like they're not on the forefront of what's being offered at the festivals. And I'm not entirely sure if that's because people aren't talking about it because it's new, or if they're not excited about it because it's not a returning favorite, you know? Or maybe they're just not talking about it because it's not that exciting. This sandwich is actually a fantastic example. It looks a little bit mangled right now, but it's good. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I wouldn't tell you not to get it. The price wasn't bad, the portion size was very reasonable, but it doesn't have the flavor that it looks like it ought to. Like, the color is here, the vibrancy is here, but the flavor that you would expect from sun-dried tomatoes and pesto or whatever else is on here, it's missing. And you know, we kind of felt the same way about some of the other things that we tried. Gyoza of the Galaxy is a perfect example. We bought out the booth, we tried a little bit of everything, and while it was all good, there was a little something missing from each. You know, there was like a street corn gyoza that just had almost no corn flavor to it. There was almost no corn on the plate. And the French onion soup dumplings were similar. There was like something missing. I can't put my finger on it. But also the cheese, which I feel like is such an iconic part of French onion soup, it just wasn't there. Okay, so before we move on, I just need to let you know that I now realize there was a crumb on my face, and I don't know how long it was there, but I have fixed the situation, so hopefully we can move forward looking a little bit more put together. But anyway, so here's the thing. When it comes to me trying to articulate what my thoughts are on the food, for example, like when I'm reviewing different dishes and whatnot, just in general, I try to be, you know, I find the pros and cons. And so often things aren't as cut and dry as being good or bad, you know? But one of the things that I'm noticing with the festivals is that most of what we're having is fine. Some of it's good, you know, like some of it stands out, but it's not like it's inedible. It just feels like something's missing. It feels like there's a detail that was overlooked. Now, I will say we did try some other items as well. So we got the gyoza, which I talked to you all about already, and we also got the seafood pie, which I had a bite of. I thought it was good, something I definitely would get again, but not here at a theme park because it was just way too hot for that. Russ really liked it though, and so did my dad. The French fries were another item that we got. Well, it was multiple items, right? Because we got the fry flight as well as the yuca fries. And I mean, can you really go wrong with potatoes? I know that I can. I love potatoes in all forms. And almost every fry that we got was fantastic. The only exception, and it's not to say that it wasn't good, but I thought it was it was interesting because this isn't the first time we've seen this. They had like the garlic truffle fries as part of the set, and it had that same raw garlic taste, like they put minced garlic in the sauce without cooking it or anything like that, that we also got with the garlic parmesan chicken tenders at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. You know, like, is it bad? No. Is it good? Not as good as it could be. But again, it feels like there's like a little detail there that was overlooked. So I thought that was interesting. And you know, I haven't watched any reviews of food booths here at Epcot's Food and Wine, So I don't know if other people are talking about this or if this is an experience that you had during your visit, but this was my take. And when I sat down with the family and we all talked about our experience later, they seemed to share some of my thoughts on this as well. So I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say, you know, like if you've been to Food and Wine this year or even in past years, where do you stand on this? Are you feeling like some of the attention to detail is kind of slipping away? Is it more of a rinse and repeat than it has been in the past? Now, I have heard from some of my channel members on this. We get together a few times a week and we chat live. And one of the things that was brought up in that conversation when I talked about wanting to discuss this with you is, you know, the idea that maybe Disney is trying to create tradition and that's why they're doing this type of thing. And I get that, I do. And I appreciate that because I do think that there's something special about that, bringing back the same thing year after year. But I also kind of feel like there's a line there. And once you cross that line, it feels less about bringing back a fan favorite and more about, well, you know, it kind of just feels like a cop-out, in my opinion. You know, especially in some of the areas that I feel like are really easy to flex your creative muscle. You know, like there's so much room for error. Ooh, sorry, didn't realize that when I took my foot off the table, it would shake you around. A great example of this is over at Brew Wing with the Muppets Lab. Like, I would love to see something new and interesting and unique, like do something crazy because these are the Muppets, you know? I feel like you have the freedom to do it there, but it's just more of the same. And when we talk about that creativity, we have to talk about Communicore Hall as well. You know, this is that festival flex space that's supposed to feature something for each of the festivals. There's nothing in there right now. And yes, it's great that it's indoors, it's air conditioned, there's a ton of seating in there. It's perfect for families who just want to get out of the hustle and bustle, but that is just me making a lazy attempt to find something for the pro column because that is not what this space was supposed to be. And I kind of feel like this speaks to a bigger problem here at Walt Disney World. I was gonna say Epcot, but it really is throughout Walt Disney World. And that problem is kind of what we talked about a second ago. You know, once you cross this line, it becomes so easy to go, I mean, they did their best, but I don't think that Disney deserves that benefit of the doubt anymore with certain things. Communicore Hall is one of them. I kind of feel like we could say the same thing in regards to missing the mark with some of the menu items, like I mentioned earlier, you know? I mean, this is the Food and Wine Festival. This should be the best, right? Like, it's right in the name, food and wine, but food. So anyway, I have some more thoughts I want to share with you. Oh, I'm bouncing you around again. But do you want to go see if they have a nitro thing over at Swirls by the Water, or Swirls Showcase, whatever that place is? One of my favorite things during the festivals is whatever they're serving up that's nitro, and they gotta have something, right? They're always dipping something in liquid nitrogen. So let's go see what they got and see how it is. Of course, we do have quite a walk. It's not a terribly long walk, but it feels like a long walk because we just came from that direction. But yeah, these are just my thoughts when it comes to this, you know? And I'd love to know yours because, like I said, I don't necessarily have an answer. I don't really have like a button to put on this discussion and be like, and thus, this is how I feel. And I also recognize that my experience might be different if I had visited on a different day. You know, even last time we ate at one of the festival booths over here, there were like missing ingredients, you know, so one day I might have felt one way about it and differently the next day. So I'd love to know what you guys have to say. That's why we're having this conversation. All right, so they did have some sort of liquid nitrogen something on the menu, and it was pumpkin cheesecake mousse. So, I mean, I'm gonna give it a try. I like pumpkin, I like cheesecake, and most of their liquid nitrogen treats have been pretty good, so. It's very cold, but also really good. My teeth are not made for this. All right, it's very good, and I'm gonna finish it. But I do want to make my way back over to the picnic tables where we were getting seared by the sun, like however many minutes ago that was, because I'd like to sit. Guys, I could barely control myself walking down the path, bobbing and weaving through people. I had my camera and spoon in one hand, this in the other, just taking nibbles. It was a skill. This is actually really good. When you think pumpkin cheesecake mousse, this is what you think. So absolutely no complaints here. Though my teeth disagree. My teeth are like, enough already. But anyway, There's one more thing that I wanted to throw into our discussion about the Food and Wine Festival, and that is, who do you think the Epcot festivals are for? Is it the once-in-a-lifetime visitor? Is it the local who can visit multiple times a week? Or maybe the family who lives somewhat nearby and they can check out the festivals once a year, you know, like one visit per festival? Now, I would think that it's a bit of both. Obviously, they want people who are once-in-a-lifetime visitors to enjoy this experience, and I would think that they want to encourage people to visit multiple times, you know, especially the locals, you know, come on over to Epcot. It's right in your neighborhood. Try something new, grab dinner. But do you think, and this is my question to you, that it successfully does any of those things? Does Disney grab any of those markets with the festival? Is it good enough that locals are motivated to visit? Are there enough offerings to encourage a family who visits once a year to come back, you know, to prioritize whatever festival next year? And or is it special enough that once-in-a-lifetimers remember their experience? I want to know your thoughts on that. Also, I finished this, which was a huge mistake. Way too much food for me today. But we're going to make our way out. Before we do, I want to stop into Creation Shop and take a look at the merchandise, see if anything's on sale, and then we'll wrap things up. So let's go. Actually, I think we might be able to see some of the festival merch and check out some of the discounts right here. So it looks like we have 30% off on this Loungefly, which is really cute. And I think this is on sale as well. Last time I checked Creation Shop, it looked like it was also 30% off, but don't quote me on that. And these are the annual pass holder items. I don't see any signs saying they're on sale out here. We'll have to check in Creation Shop to see if they actually are on sale or not. And it looks like the lug bags over there for the Muppets Brewing Lab are 30% off as well. Yeah, see, 30% off. Select bags. Additional discounts apply. I really like these bags, but I don't know if I need it. You know? Of course, we have some more Muppet Lab stuff here as well. Let's pop into Creation Shop though, because there probably is more in here than there is out there. So let's keep our eyes peeled. And also I want to double check and see if that lug bag is also 30% off, because I think it is. So first and foremost, we do have some really cute stuff here, including this hat. They used to have another hat that had what looked like Spaceship Earth with some crackers, like cheese and crackers. No one could figure out what it was supposed to be, but we figured it out with the help of an amazing cast member. And I was like, I'm gonna buy this as soon as it goes to the outlets, because no one's buying this. And I never saw it at the outlets. It was so disappointing, but you know, that is the risk you run, not buying what it is that you want exactly when you see it. Check this out. It's showing a wine bottle in here. This looks like a dry bag. I have a bag like this. $19.99. Basically, it's designed to keep stuff, wet stuff in or wet stuff out, you know? This is really cool. I do recommend grabbing one of these if you're going to be visiting Walt Disney World or Universal, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of water rides, especially over at Universal. But you can definitely do better than that. That's a cool one though. I don't know if I'd put a wine bottle in it or a bottle of wine in it. But anyway, all right, let's see what else we can see. We got a corksicle here. I do like these, but as you guys know, I have so many bottles now. All right, let's see. Oh, Christmas stuff, turn away. We will have an entire day of Christmas stuff, so don't you worry, but we're not doing it today. Got some cheese boards down there. And then there are some more bags over here. Let's go take a quick look. So over there is the Muppets lug bag that we've seen already. And then this is the Food and Wine lug bag. This is a really nice little bag. Perfect for holding your water bottle, but also additional pouches, which is nice. This one is $50, but I'm not entirely sure if that's gonna be 30% off. You can always check by pulling up your My Disney Experience app and doing that shop in store thing. You can scan the item and get the actual price with discounts and everything. Oh yeah, this bag is over here as well. I really like this one, but again, I don't need it. I think that also qualifies as 30% off. So I'm making my way toward the exit now, just so that I can wrap things up with you. And they have changed the traffic pattern here. They're making it so that you can only enter on that side and only exit on this side. That's what they're saying, at least. That is an exit only, which that can't be permanent, but it is how they're doing things today. Whole area is blocked off for whatever reason. I'll keep you posted. I wonder what that's all about. Anyway, so we've gotten to the end of our day here at Epcot, and I gotta tell you, oh, I am so full. I definitely bit off more than I could chew today, and then that cheesecake thing was just so good that I kept shoving it down my gullet, and now I felt better, you know what I mean? But this is a me problem. This has nothing to do with the food. But anyway, like I said, I want to hear all your thoughts on all of this. I know that I kind of tossed a bunch out your direction today. We're a little bit all over the place, and the start of today's adventure was really exciting. Oh, do you want to see my t-shirt? I'll show you real quick, because I don't know if I'm going to remember to show you later, because I'm going to go home and I'll be real excited. I want to tell Russ about it. I just don't want to leave you hanging. So here is my t-shirt. How cool is that? That's awesome. I've been watching this show forever. I haven't seen it in a long time. But you know, I watch it every once in a while when I'm like at the doctor's office. Yeah, just so cool. So what a day, what a day. And I'm glad that you were here with me so that we could chat about it. And I hope that you'll, you know, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Where do you stand on some of the things that we talked about today? Another thing that I'm really excited for are all the benches that are popping up. Not only here at Epcot, there were a ton today. I think I mentioned this earlier. Like the entire path was lined with benches, and I've been seeing more benches pop up over at Magic Kingdom as well. I haven't noticed more benches over at Hollywood Studios, but I'll keep my eye out, and I haven't been to Animal Kingdom yet, so I'll keep you posted. But this is a big exciting change, because this is one of those drums that I continuously pound here at Walt Disney World, and it seems like finally they're giving people a place to just be. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys had fun, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day wherever it is you are. See you guys soon. Bye.